Two massive wild elephants suddenly stormed into a residential area in Karnataka, throwing the entire region into chaos. They broke through gates, knocked down walls, and charged through village roads, forcing residents to panic and flee for their lives. A truly dangerous scene unfolded when a leopard sneaked into the house while the boy was home alone. However, thanks to staying calm, he quickly shut the door, ran outside, and called for help from adults. The tiger suddenly leapt out of its enclosure and pounced on a man riding a motorcycle on the road, sending everyone into a panic. Next, we must mention bears. In India, a wild bear suddenly attacked two people, causing chaos in the area. Fortunately, both were only lightly injured and were rescued in time. The bear was later tranquilized and safely taken away. A bear that escaped its enclosure became aggressive and charged at the farmer, attacking him furiously. A 7-year-old girl was riding her scooter when she suddenly came face to face with a massive bear. The dangerous moment made everyone's heart race, but luckily she was quickly taken to safety before the bear could get any closer. Two men taunted a moose and immediately faced the consequences. The massive animal got enraged and charged straight at them, forcing both to panic and run for their lives. What surprises many people is the stubbornness of goats. Once they've chosen a target, they will charge and attack over and over again without stopping. So, when you encounter an aggressive male goat showing signs like stamping its feet, lowering its head, or charging toward you, it's best to keep your distance and absolutely avoid provoking it. Goats may look playful, but when they're angry, they're definitely not the opponent you want to face. Some of them will keep attacking repeatedly and refuse to give up until the other person leaves their territory. The scary part is that sheep look gentle, so many people let their guard down and stand too close or turn their backs without caution. A ram attacks its shepherd. So when you encounter an aggressive male sheep, it is best to keep your distance, avoid direct eye contact, and back away as calmly as possible. Although goats are often seen as playful and adorable animals, when they get angry or feel threatened, they can suddenly become aggressive. They do it to show dominance or defend their territory. Some of them will even chase relentlessly, forcing people to run in circles or climb to higher ground to escape. What may seem funny at first can quickly become dangerous. A powerful headbutt can cause bruises, painful falls, and even serious injuries. What surprises many people is how stubborn goats can be. Once they lock onto a target, they may attack over and over again without backing down. So, if you encounter an agitated male goat showing signs like stomping, lowering its head, or moving closer, keep your distance and avoid provoking any behavior. Goats may seem playful, but when they lose their temper, they are definitely not an opponent you want to face. Today, the boundary between humans and the wild is gradually disappearing. From the deep forests of India to densely populated neighborhoods, top predators like tigers, cheetahs, wolves, and lions are appearing closer to humans than ever before. In many villages, residents wake up in fear upon discovering tiger tracks right outside their homes. Equally terrifying is the cheetah, the fastest land predator. And it's not just the big cats. Wolves, pack predators with perfect hunting strategies, are also moving closer to human settlements. Their strength doesn't lie in a single individual, but in the deadly coordination of the entire pack, enough to overpower opponents many times their size. In these areas, residents often witness shocking scenes, predators moving straight through neighborhoods, ready to attack anyone they encounter. A python attacked a man while he was attempting to train it. The first guy was way too reckless, letting himself get bitten instead of dodging, inadvertently putting others in danger too. If he had let go of the head at that moment, no one could have predicted what would have happened next. It looks as if the wild boar is trying to escape, but panicking because it's surrounded by people. Although they're usually seen as gentle sheep, especially rams during breeding season, can sometimes become very dangerous. The cow goes into a frenzy and charges straight at the 4x4, slamming it hard enough to dent and roll part of the vehicle. Its tremendous power sends everyone nearby scrambling in fear. It becomes extremely agitated and charges down to attack the people around it. A cow jumps off a rooftop, throwing the entire street into chaos and frightening everyone nearby. The government needs to tighten regulations that prohibit letting livestock roam the streets, while also encouraging residents to build proper enclosures to prevent animals from wandering freely onto the roads. With heads as hard as stone and a strong instinct to defend their territory, they're ready to attack humans whenever they feel threatened. In many recorded cases, sheep suddenly lower their heads and accelerate, using their full strength to slam straight into a victim, knocking them off balance and sending them to the ground. A cow suddenly charges toward a girl, startling her and sending her tumbling in an instant. The kangaroo attacks a tourist, even with a trainer beside them trying to hold it back. This safety net is far too weak, and it seems a single burst of the tiger's anger could tear it apart. An elephant charged straight into a house in search of food due to extreme hunger. A baby elephant attacked a zoo visitor. Two giant wild elephants suddenly stormed into a residential area in Karnataka, plunging the region into chaos. They smashed gates, tore down walls, and ran through village roads, forcing residents to flee in panic. Fortunately, no one was injured, but the group definitely learned an unforgettable lesson. Meanwhile, in areas near forests, the presence of bears becomes a constant concern. When food is scarce, they leave the forest, enter people's backyards, rummage through trash, or attack livestock. In one incident, captured by a convenience store camera, a bear charged straight into the store searching for food. Fortunately, the shopkeeper remained safe. In many cases, bears become aggressive when spotted, posing a direct threat to people. Horses have long been seen as animals closely connected to humans. They are strong, intelligent, and loyal. Yet, behind that wild beauty lies unpredictable strength that even the most experienced riders sometimes cannot control. And horses, creatures many people think are gentle, can sometimes be even more dangerous. One sudden, powerful kick could end everything in an instant. The wild horse suddenly thrashed violently, kicking and tossing everything around. That insane power made anyone watching shiver, wondering, could you really control a wild horse like that? Nowadays, wild animals are appearing more frequently than ever before. They sneak into villages and residential areas and sometimes even show up right at people's doorsteps. As a result, dangerous encounters are increasing day by day, like a warning bell that we can no longer ignore. But what is driving these predators from the deep JNGL to move closer to humans than ever before? What is the real reason behind it all? Watch the video to find out. India is home to many dangerous predatory animals, especially lions. This creates an incredibly rich and diverse ecosystem. However, the level of protection for both humans and wildlife has not kept pace with this biodiversity. As a result, lions now roam village roads, wander through backyards, hunt livestock, and even attack humans. It is no surprise that both residents and authorities are becoming increasingly concerned. In these areas, residents regularly witness shocking scenes. Predators walk straight through residential neighborhoods, ready to attack anyone they encounter. So how does the Indian government respond? For India, the Asiatic lion is a national treasure and must be protected at all costs. Wildlife tourism also booms, bringing significant revenue to the region. However, rapid and uncontrolled growth carries a clear risk: human safety. Just imagine taking an evening walk, turning around, and seeing a full-grown lion right behind you. Who wouldn't panic? The video captured by locals shows a lion breaking out of its enclosure and escaping. The terrifying sight leaves everyone in fear of a possible lion attack. To reduce conflict, the government encourages residents, especially in Gujarat, to learn how to live alongside lions. In addition, if a lion is confirmed to have killed a human, it will be captured and kept in a zoo for the rest of its life. A wild boar attacks an elderly man on the street, leaving everyone around completely shocked and terrified. It looks like this man is training the wild boar. A wild boar at the Miyoko ski resort. Who will come out on top in this tense showdown? The man uses all his strength to fight off the wild boar's uncontrollable attack. When the man tries to grab the piglet, the mother pig notices and rushes in fast to protect her baby. Captured by a camera in the yard, the wild boar bursts straight through the gate, causing chaos and destroying the vegetable garden instantly. The wild boar smashes through the gate and charges straight in to attack the man. In a tense moment captured on video, a wild boar charges straight at a passerby and knocks him to the ground. A stray wild boar charges straight into a nearby office, causing chaos and sending every employee into panic. On December 30th, 2019, a gas station camera captured a wild boar attack at the pump, leaving everyone terrified. A starving elephant charges straight into a residential home in search of food. Monkeys, known for being clever and quick, can sometimes turn aggressive and attack humans, especially when they feel threatened or are competing for food. These attacks can occur in residential areas near the forest, where monkeys often wander in looking for food from humans. They can rush in to bite, scratch, or even ram people to defend their territory or compete for food. Though they aren't as large as other predators, their agility, unexpected strength, and climbing skills make monkeys a significant danger, especially to children or anyone who isn't paying attention. Monkeys attack and snatch food from a visitor's bag during a trip to the zoo. A monkey bites a tourist's hand while they're teasing it. These attacks remind us to stay cautious when interacting with wildlife, avoiding feeding them or creating situations that make the monkeys feel threatened. In many rural areas, shrinking habitats combined with excessive human encroachment have left animals more stressed than ever. Even familiar species like cattle and dairy cows can sometimes become difficult to control. An extremely dangerous scene unfolds when a leopard sneaks into a home while a young boy is alone inside. But staying calm, the boy quickly shuts the door, gets outside, and calls for help. A bear escapes from its enclosure and violently attacks the farm owner. A 7-year-old girl is riding her scooter when she suddenly comes face to face with a massive bear. The heart-stopping moment leaves everyone in shock, but luckily the child is brought to safety before the bear moves any closer. Two men provoke a moose and quickly face the consequences. The massive animal charges in with rage, forcing them to flee in panic. The moment, 4 people running in the Bull Festival in Pamplona were violently gored by charging bulls. The enraged cow charges straight into the 4x4, slamming it so hard that the body is dented and even flipped. The sheer force of the impact sends everyone nearby running in sheer panic. It became wildly agitated and charged down to attack the people around it. A cow suddenly charges straight at the girl, terrifying her and knocking her to the ground in an instant. A cow jumps off a rooftop, throwing the street into chaos. People nearby are terrified. The government should tighten regulations banning livestock from being released onto the streets. People should also be required to build proper enclosures so animals do not wander freely onto the roads. Although they are usually seen as gentle, sheep can sometimes become extremely dangerous. This is especially true for male rams during the mating season. With heads as hard as stone and a powerful territorial instinct, they are ready to charge straight at humans if they feel threatened. In many recorded cases, the sheep suddenly lowers its head, charges forward at full speed, and slams straight into the victim with all its strength. The impact knocks the person off balance and sends them crashing to the ground. Is this guy going to be okay? It looks like this man is trying to train the wild boar. A wild boar suddenly attacked skiers at the Miyoko ski resort. The man used all his strength to fight back and stop the wild boar's out-of-control attack. Quiet of the late night was suddenly shattered when a large elephant appeared and charged into a house. During the day, residents recounted the terrifying scene. Elephants roaming through narrow alleys, breaking walls, smashing gates, and even chasing people trying to escape. The government should tighten regulations banning livestock from being released onto the streets. People should also be required to build proper enclosures so animals do not wander freely onto the roads. Many fatalities occur simply because the victims panic and run in the wrong direction. The enraged cow charges straight into the 4x4, slamming it so hard that the body is dented and even flipped. The sheer force of the impact sends everyone nearby running in sheer panic. An elephant charged straight into a house in search of food due to extreme hunger. The scene of the elephant attacking a reporter in the marsh area left him unable to escape. The moment, 4 people running in the Bull Festival in Pamplona were violently gored by charging bulls. It seems this elephant was trying to find a way to attack anyone up high. A cow suddenly charges straight at the girl, terrifying her and knocking her to the ground in an instant. In India, the issue of cows and bulls attacking humans is becoming a growing concern as the number of roaming cows on the streets continues to rise. Many cows are abandoned because they no longer hold economic value, while laws prohibiting cow slaughter in many states make managing them difficult. Not only appearing in residential areas or on main roads, bulls also pose a danger in traditional festivals such as Jallikattu in Tamil Nadu or bull racing in Karnataka. A place where aggressive bulls can lose control, knock down barriers, and cause injuries to spectators. addition, many other folk events involving bulls have also reported several accidents when participants challenge or try to control overly agitated bulls. If that bull is really agile, it can change direction extremely quickly. Could this guy be a bull trainer? If so, he's really impressive. In 2022 at Karachi Farm, a bull suddenly went wild and charged straight at a man standing in the meadow. In just a few seconds, the powerful headbutt knocked the victim to the ground. The residents were attacked by a stray cow, but fortunately, a neighbor noticed and rescued them in time. A bull suddenly charged straight at the elderly man, knocking him down in just a few seconds, highlighting the danger of bulls when they lose control. Captured on camera, an out-of-control bull suddenly charged at people standing nearby, injuring two individuals in just a few seconds. An out-of-control cow charged straight into a phone store, destroying equipment and terrifying the staff inside. Two cows suddenly charged into a fabric store in the middle of a crowded market, knocking over shelves and causing people to panic and flee. The incident highlights the danger posed by roaming cows entering commercial areas.